We need to make something shake in our own lives. Like we need to make something work in our own lives before we can really tell other people what to do. Because
Long nights, so many bad times. Wish that I could rewind. I done had so many long nights, so many bad times. Wish that I could rewind. This thing we call life. So many long nights.
all right, welcome to another episode of Real Life, right? And this one's gonna be kind of short and to the point, but I know you see the title. Why isn't your podcast growing? And I was thinking the same thing today. Something just popped off in my head. And I can't believe it took this long, right? So I was having a talk with a friend recently, and I was like, man, he was like, man, nobody's really listening to us. We're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. And he was like, I wonder if our friend's okay because he sees everybody else going up, but he's kind of stagnant or whatever. I don't want to really get into the whole conversation. But then I was telling him, I was talking to him and I was like, bro, we need to make something shake in our own lives. Like we need to make something work in our own lives before we can really tell other people what to do. Because, this guy's the type of guy that he has to see it. He has to see it happen before he'll actually follow us or what we're doing. Even if we're saying the right things, he has to see it happen. And then once it happens, we can come back and he'll be like, okay, so it actually works. And then we can teach him how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to actually do the things that we're preaching before we can tell somebody else how to do it, right? But the light bulb didn't really go off then, right? And what I just said to myself, the light bulb didn't go off yet. So as the day went on, I think it was even the next day I went to work and I was watching a YouTube video from this guy named Alex Hermosi or something like that. And he said kind of the exact same thing, but it was like, he was saying something along the lines of like, why would people want to listen to you? Like, who are you? Why would people want to listen to you? That's what you have to figure out, right? And then the light bulb went off in my head. I was like, that is exactly what I just said to my friend. Like, why are people going to listen to us if we don't have it? Like, why? How could you tell somebody what to do if you don't have nothing when you're doing, if you don't have nothing from doing the same thing? You feel me? It's like, how would you tell people to invest if you're not a millionaire? So let me put this in perspective. And I was thinking like, dang. Like for instance, if me and Warren Buffett were doing a podcast, right? And we had the exact same setup. Warren was sitting at this table with this thing behind him, right? And if Warren said, you guys need to invest in Apple right now. You guys need to invest in Berkshire Hathaway right now. Or you guys need to buy this real estate right now. Or let's suppose, even if it was, somebody else. If LeBron James said, you need to shoot 10,000 shots, right? Every day. You would be more inclined to listen to what they said because they've done it. Like, you see their success. You see what I'm saying? You see the success they had. If me and them were to say the same exact thing, you guys see the success that they have, right? So you're going to be like, dang, well, it worked for him. Well, I'm going to follow them, you know what I'm saying? But if I say it, like, why would you listen to me? Because I was like, man, why would I listen to me? You know what I'm saying? If I'm not accomplished like they are, if I don't have something for you guys to look at me and be like, okay, he did that, I'm going to do that too, since he may have success in it. So now I was thinking like, and this guy Alex is like, so you should only speak on what you've done or what you know. And so from now on, I'm only going to speak on what I am doing now and what I think you guys should do based off what I'm doing now. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. Like, you should do this. I'm going to say, this is what I'm doing. And maybe you guys should do it too. It might work for you. It might not. But it worked for me. You see how it's different. He was even saying this, but I was like, it's just a different type of vibe of how you talk to people. People receive it better if you say, this is what I'm doing, and maybe you should do it too because it worked for me, rather than you should do this. You see the difference? It's like a big difference. Like, you should invest in this, or I'm investing and it's been working for me this way. You can do it too if you want to. You see, it's like a different type of tone to the voice. So from now on, instead of telling people what to do, I'm going to tell people what I've done, and they can do it too if they want to. For instance, so you should, like, with me saying all this, man, you should just focus on your journey. Focus on your journey. Focus on your story. Like, everything I do, I'm like, dang, this would be a crazy story. So let me give you one story in this podcast journey so far. One day I had this guy, we were about to do an interview with him, right? And I had one of my friends, I was like, bro, can you get us a spot? Because he wants to come to where we live right now, but I don't really have a spot to do the podcast. Can you get us a spot? He's like, yeah, bro, I got you. Boom, boom, boom. Like a day before, bro, you can't use the spot. My boss basically said you can't use the spot, right? I'm like, dang, bro, I can't use the spot. So what I'm gonna do now? So I get out in my car, I go driving around. I'm driving around looking for a place. Maybe I can get it. Maybe I can pay for it just to get this person the interview, right? And now I have another person that does the interview with me. I have like a partner at the time. So I found a place finally. I paid for it, right? The day of, my partner's like, bruh, I can't do it. I got something to do. So I'm like, dang. Long story short, though, I had to make some shake. We ended up having to go to Columbia, go to this guy's house or this guy's spot to get the thing done at like 12 a.m. in the morning, which I had to be at work at 6 a.m. in the morning. So by the time I got back at 2 a.m., I only got like 4 hours of sleep. But my point in saying that is, I was like, man, this would be a crazy story to tell. So focus on making your story, bro. Like when you get to that day, when the day you get to success and the stories you have, all those stories that you're making can help somebody else. Like the stories from your past, and once you get to a successful place, can help somebody else. Like focus on making your story before you tell people what to do if you're not actually doing it. There's a lot of people out there telling people what to do that don't have the lifestyle or don't know much about that thing. And I was like, dang, I don't want to be one of those people, because you see people remixing other people's content or people that haven't really done that thing. They just heard somebody else say it and then they're going to say it, but they don't give credit to the other person. And then they think they're going to get the same results, but they're not, because they haven't done the same thing. You know what I mean? They're not having the same lifestyle. So long story short, man, focus on your journey. Once you get the story, once you get the accolades, once you build your brand up, because I'm going to keep on building my brand up. I'm going to keep on doing what I got to do. And then hopefully one day I can tell you guys how to get to podcasting faster, how you guys do what I did faster. And maybe, then you might listen to me that. And then if not, I mean, that's your choice, to each his own. Everybody has people they like to listen to. There's some people that's saying things that people I listen to are saying, but I just don't listen to them because I don't like how they deliver the message. But at the end of the day, man, focus on yourself. I'm just going to start saying what I've done, and maybe you guys can follow, maybe you guys cannot, but I'm not going to tell you guys what to do anymore. That's what I'm just trying to get to. But yeah, that just blew my mind that I actually told somebody else this and I didn't even do the same thing, or I just gave myself a gem that I couldn't realize I just gave until somebody else said it. So that was crazy to me, man. But moral of the story, grow your podcast by telling other people what you did, not telling them what to do. You feel me? If you got that, man, go out there and make something shake. You feel me? I'm out.
Took a lot of losses and I charged it to the game. All I wanted was the money, don't give a fuck about the fame. Niggas claiming that they love you, but on the low they really hate. I even looked out on my prices and them suckers try to play. I done been so fucked up without a hand to help me up. When it happened,